Let us discuss our next device, electrical instrument, which is basically galvanometer. So we have already seen that how to convert a galvanometer into a voltmeter, into a ammeter. But what is a galvanometer? So galvanometer is an electromechanical measuring instrument just for electric current. It measures the electric current, and that we call Ig, the current in the galvanometer. Now galvanometer is just represented by again a circle and G inside it. So this is the symbol for a galvanometer. And now we are going to discuss a particular type of galvanometer which is important, moving coil galvanometer. So what is moving coil galvanometer? So inside the moving coil galvanometer there is a coil, okay, so which is kept in a uniform magnetic field produced by magnetic poles, which rotates due to magnetic field when current passes through it. So through any galvanometer, current is going to pass. Once current passes, due to that current, the torque is going to be developed, and due to that torque, the coil is going to rotate, and eventually that is the thing which is going to give us reading. Now let us understand the concept one by one. First, the spiral spring. What is a spiral spring? We have seen these types of spring, right? So in this type of spring, this is not the resistance, it is a spring, okay? Or we can show this. In electricity, both have different means, right? This is resistance and this is the inductor. But let us say this is a spring. In a normal spring, we apply a force, and due to that, there is an extension or compression, and there is a spring constant. Like that, this is a spiral. This is how a spiral spring looks like. Here we rotate something which is connected through here. So one end is fixed and other end we rotate. So if we rotate an angle by theta, so theta here, this is extension or compression. Theta is the basically angular displacement. Then this force is given by kx. Similarly, when we do this, so here this torque is given by k theta, and the k is again the spring constant. And to be precise, this k is known as spring constant, this k is known as torsion constant. So here torque is C phi. What is phi? Phi is the angle through which it is rotating, and C is the torsional constant. It is just like the spring constant, but spring constant is for linear springs and torsional constant is for spiral springs. So if you rotate it by an angle phi, it will produce a opposing torque which is equal to C into phi. Now the principle. So principle is what? So once we pass a current through here, so that current will be basically this coil, the current will pass through this coil, and this coil is kept in a magnetic field. Due to that, what will happen? It will experience a torque. Due to that torque, it will rotate, and once it tries to rotate, there is this spiral spring connected to this same coil, and what that will do, that will oppose it. So once that opposes it, they are going to be balanced and there is going to be a reading. So how does the calculations look like? So how much is the torque acting on the coil? The torque is NIAB sine theta. Now what is all these parameters and what is this formula? This formula is, you will learn this in magnetism. So if I is the amount of, let us discuss all the parameters one by one. So A is what? A is the area of the coil, the area, cross section area of the coil. N is the number of turns in the coil. B is the magnetic field. This B is the magnetic field, and I is the current passing through the coil. And what is theta? Theta is the angle between magnetic field B and the area of the coil. Now if there is a special case, if you see this picture, so this coil is kept in such a manner that magnetic field passing and the area vector, so this is the cross section area of the coil, they are always, the design is circular, and eventually even though rotation happens, the angle between the area vector and this B vector, which is theta, is always 90 degree. Okay, after rotation also this thing is maintained. So by the design of moving coil galvanometer, the theta is always maintained as 90 degrees. So we'll say torque is only NIAB because this is sine 90, which is simply 1. And now what happens is, this torque which is produced by the current is basically balanced by this opposing torque of the spiral spring. So I am simply equating these two. So C phi is NIAB, sine theta is basically just, we can just write that this thing is simply 1. So the torque is NIAB, and when we equate it to C phi, we can get this formula, which is I is equal to the current is equal to C phi by NAB. What is phi? Phi is the deflection of this spring. So the spring rotates and eventually with that the needle also rotates. So this is the the reading scale, and if the needle is rotating by angle phi, then we can say that the current is directly proportional to phi, or phi is directly proportional to current. They are basically proportional to each other because this spring constant or torsional constant of the spiral spring is a constant. The number of turns in the coil of the moving coil galvanometer is also constant. A is the area of the cross section of the coil, and B is the magnetic field, which is kept as a constant. So this entire thing is constant. So we can say I is proportional to phi, or phi or the deflection is proportional to I. So if 5 ampere current is flowing and let's say 2 degree is the deflection, then at 4 degree it has to be 10 ampere. So I'll simply write 5 ampere over here and 10 ampere over here, and this I will write on 0 deflection, I'll write 0 ampere. So this is how I can calibrate my galvanometer. Like, so we can say, since the deflection is directly proportional to the current, so more the angle, more the reading. That's why the manually the reading scales, they are circular, right? Now next topic is current sensitivity of a moving coil galvanometer. What is current sensitivity? The definition of current sensitivity is basically the deflection produced by the galvanometer per unit current, right, flowing through it. So phi divided by I. We just learned this formula that I is equal to C phi divided by NAB. If we make this I move over here, NAB over here, and C moves over here, we get this formula, and this phi by I is called the current sensitivity of the moving coil galvanometer. And if you see, these are the parameters, various parameters. We have already discussed all of them. Now next is the voltage sensitivity. So like current sensitivity is deflection per unit current, voltage sensitivity is basically what? The potential difference or potential difference per unit it is deflection per unit potential difference. And now this is the formula for voltage sensitivity. What we are doing is, we have already discussed that this is NAB by C, right? And if V is the potential difference across the moving coil galvanometer, then we can write V is equal to IR. What about R? R is the resistance of the moving coil galvanometer. From here, I can say I is V by R. So I is nothing but V by R, and this R simply goes over here. So this phi by V is NAB by CR, right? So C is what? C is torsional constant of the spiral spring. R is the resistance of moving coil galvanometer, and other parameters are also same as which we have already discussed. They are mentioned over here. Now let us discuss this particular question which is asked sometime in boards. So how can the sensitivity of a moving coil galvanometer can be increased? Now with sensitivity, current sensitivity is basically this, the NAB by C, and the voltage sensitivity is basically this, NAB by CR. So if you want to increase this, see, what you can simply do is you can introduce the more number of turns. So if more number of turns are introduced in a moving coil, inside the coil, then we can say that current sensitivity will increase. But will the voltage sensitivity will change? Answer is a no, because if N becomes, like the number of turns becomes, let's say 2 times, then at the same time the wire length also becomes 2 times, and due to that we are keeping the area of cross section same, so resistance also becomes 2R. So this is a ratio, and the N by R ratio remains a constant. So if you make the current sensitivity twice by increasing the number of turns in the coil by double, then voltage sensitivity doesn't change, it remains same. So that's all.